Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford using the Staedtler Design Journey pencils. Now we are moving along in our little page. Now I was looking at this yesterday when I was recording. I didn't say anything because we were zoomed in, but I've seen this page, not this side, but this side. Someone said it looked like an elephant. Look at that, a trunk, little mouth. And that's how they coloured it. It's very hard to unsee that once you see it, but this side I don't think does. I'm certain that that wasn't Johanna's intention, or else I think she would have made them both the same. But this is quite interesting. But we're not going to do the other side immediately, I've decided, because this has ended up being quite a long series. I'm going to do a little something else in between and then do the other page a bit later, just to, because it's a single page, they're standalone pages, we could do it in a completely different way. I might not even do it if it proves that this one isn't popular and you want something else. So we'll just see how it goes. Now I'm procrastinating because I'm looking at these two. I was going to do them the same, but they're actually completely different plants. I think I might just start with a green and just be a little bit boring and conventional. So I'm going to start with 52 just because I can't think of anything more exciting. And do this. No, I'm going to do this top one because this one I think is coloured with this sort of colour. So it looks like that end could do with a bit more colour to me. Oh well, I'll have a think about that. But I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to do this sort of stem. My hand isn't in the best place, is it? So I'm actually going to just do the whole of the stem in the 52, trying to use a sort of fairly medium amount of layers. I was going to say pressure, but it's not really. I try not to shade it. It's tricky. I find I don't always do my best colouring on video because I'm trying to keep my hand at the wrong angle. So it is a little bit darker at the bottom. Let's just go over that a little bit more. There we go. And I'm thinking for these I'm going to use a little bit here and then fade off, and I'll put another colour on them as well. There we go. Oh, my stomach's gurgling. It's only 11:10. I guess it's on the lunch side of morning, isn't it? I can't remember what time I had breakfast. It was before 8 o'clock. Well before, probably 7. So by 11, getting a little bit peckish. I do tend to eat early though. So I eat, it goes. Can I use this one? This is the 53. Yeah, because I eat breakfast so early at 7, then I have lunch at 12, and I have my evening meal at 5. I find I don't want to eat too late in the evening because I go to bed. I go up to bed at 9, and I used to go up a bit earlier. But I go up to bed at 9, and then I chill in bed for an hour on my phone, on my tablet, just playing Candy Crush. And scrolling through Instagram sometimes a little bit, but looking at nice things. You know, all my Instagram things are colouring, and just winding down and resting my body. It's rather nice because I rarely lie in. Well, I do a little bit these days more because my son has stopped waking up quite so early every morning, which means that sometimes I think he needs a bit of a lie-in. I'm just picking a colour. I want a more brownish colour. I'm going to go for this olivey tone. This is 19. I sort of have it in my greens. It's actually an ochre, not an olive. And we've got a tiny bit here, look, just there. Okay, and then the rest of the stem. I think like the last one, I'm just going to keep it quite plain and simple on our stem. But I think on this one I will do the leaves completely different, not a completely different colour. I'm not going to do them red, but none of this colour. None of this colour. just so it's a bit different to the other one. Yes, so yeah, I don't, if I eat too late, I either can't sleep, or I have heartburn, or I wake up in the night with reflux. Ugh, 579, turning into my mother. My mum's the same. She can't have a cooked meal at night even, because it's too much for her. She always has her cooked meal at sort of midday-ish, well, 1 o'clock time, I think, and then has a lighter meal in the evening. Seems to suit her better. Apparently it's better if you're diabetic, which she is, she's type 2, to not have such a big meal at night, because your blood sugar can go up at night, apparently. I don't know. I know a little bit about it. I'm going to use the 57, but I think it probably makes sense. Although some people I know get low at night, but you know, in the day you have a meal and then you might burn some of that sugar off by exercising, you know, even if you're just pootling around the house, up and down, washing up, in the garden, or going out for a walk, or whatever you might be doing, you know, whereas in the evening we tend to sit, especially winter evenings, you know, when it's dark, you tend to just sit and watch TV, a lot of people, that sort of thing. Right, we have now, I'm just going to pop this up a little, we have this sort of seaweed. I love colouring seaweed, so I'm going to have a little look at what colours I want to do it. I think I want to start with this colour. This is the 72, and I'm going to use this. This is in completely a different place on my swatch chart, I think. Is it? Where is it? Oh no, it's English red, that's right. And I want to do the edge of this in this colour, so not the whole of it. So I'm going to find my sharpener, make it a little bit sharper. There we go, oops. And just go around the edge now. In one of Johanna's books, she actually teaches you how to draw seaweed like this. And I actually can do it, which is, I can't draw much. But her, you know, I followed her how to draw Inky Wonderland's book and the 30 Days of Creativity, which also had some drawing in it, because I felt like I wanted to have a go. You know, Johanna put the book out, I wanted to do the book, I wanted to finish the book, which I did, finished all of her books, so. And so I had a go at some of the drawing. Now, where you need to have a plant even, so like this, these leaves, this one and this one, are an even length. You know, I can't do that. So if I try and do something viney, so you go like that, and then you draw another line underneath to join it up, I can't get them an even distance apart. It looks really messy. Whereas this plant, one like this, how you draw it is you'd get your pencil and you would draw a line like that, and then you would draw these spines off it, and then you get your pen and you draw around all of those lines, and then you erase the pencil and you get this sort of, it's like bubble writing, isn't it? Perhaps that's why I can do it. I don't know if you know what bubble writing is. So it's just a sort of where you leave a gap in your letters, really. So I could do that, so that was nice. But I'm not very good at anything else. I could probably manage that fish, but not that anchor, or even getting those stones looking around or anything like that. And it sounds like I'm being down on myself. I'm not. It's not something that I want to do. I don't find it fun. I don't find it relaxing. But I find colouring fun and relaxing, so that's what I'm going to do, you know. And yeah, there are people that think it's not proper art, it's not creative. I don't care. I don't always tell everyone what I do, because I don't always want them to judge. But I know in myself that it's the right thing for me to be doing. But I don't need other people to tell me that it isn't, if that makes sense. What's my next colour going to be? I am going to use this one. This is the 49. Now my aim is to do 3 layers, 3 bits of colour, almost 3 stripes rather than layers. I'm going to try and take this 49 just inside the line that I've done already. It can slightly overlap. It's not an exact science, and it doesn't. Some areas aren't going to work because they're too thin. Some areas a bit bigger. Just try and go slightly inside the line or over the top if there isn't any space. And yeah, those are a bit bigger, so you can do a little bit more in them. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of telling someone you do colouring and them looking aghast as if it's something you shouldn't be doing, or childish, or whatever they think. But so I'm just a little bit guarded because I don't want that sort of negativity in my life, you know. And sometimes I think we do feel judged. This is 16. I try not to, but I try not to do it, and you know, try not to be. I'm going over everything with this, and I try not to be hurt when people do it, but it isn't easy. And I think we all are afraid of being judged in one way or another because of the way, you know, before we go out, do we look in the mirror and make sure our hair's looking nice? You know, do we make sure our coat looks tidy? Do we polish our shoes, iron our clothes? Do we, you know, most of us do, because we know that people are going to be judging us. But it's good for your mental health to just be aware of what you can cope and what you can't cope with, and tell some people and not others. The only thing I find is, where are we, 12? We're going to do these. Now I'm going to have a think. I've just noticed there's this sort of red smudge on my page which you can't see. I'm just going to erase it. I don't know if it's a bit of pencil. I don't know where it's come from. I think it's where I sharpened my pencil and a little bit of the lead's gone on the page and I smudged it across the page with my hand. Just going to wipe my hands on my jeans before I do this. Now, I think these are stones, pebbles, and I'm going to do them in different shades of grey because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a black. So we have plenty. So I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to start with 890. So we've got 7. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, 20, 27. About 32. 7's into 32. 7 5s are 35. So I'm going to do about 4 or 5 in each colour. So yeah, as I said, I don't know if I showed you 890. So I'm just going to do some random ones. Now I'm going to try and make it darker on the edge by just layering it more and a bit less in the middle. Try and make it look a little bit more 3D. And I'm going to just pick a random 4 or 5 to do. I'm going to ignore that dot in the middle. Yeah, I do find that some people can find me. So if people are that way inclined, they can find me on YouTube, like Facebook, Instagram, etc. and find out about what I'm doing. But if they choose to do that, then there's not much I can do about hiding what I do. But most people don't do that. 80. Most people, when you tell them you teach art on Instagram, they aren't interested. They don't look. They shrug. They think, gosh, she hasn't got a proper job. And it's true. I was actually looking at proper jobs. Someone had advertised one and I could do it. And I was like, oof. There were a few disadvantages in that I knew the person who I would be working with, and although I get on with them well-ish, I don't know them anymore. I just didn't know if it would be a bit awkward. I don't know why I thought that. Whoop, I nearly dropped my pencil on the floor then. 800. But also it's a 40-minute walk each way, which is quite a long way when it's raining and cold. It's also on a busy road. It's not, well, I suppose I could do the canal path, but it's not always ideal when it's raining and things. It's muddy, you're on your work clothes. So, you know, it just got me thinking a little bit. So I had a look on Upwork to see what job opportunities were there, and it's actually quite fascinating with regards to freelance writing, which is what I've always done. That I used to do copy for Amazon. This is number 805, and there was always a lot of work for that and blog posts. And looking now, it's really changed. It's very few. The only blog post work I could find was foreign language translation, which I can't do, and that was it. There were loads of people wanting, there were a few ghostwriting ebooks, but they were fiction, which isn't really my thing. But the thing I noticed most, interestingly, was a lot of people want scripts for YouTube videos. So, wow, want scripts. So we're on 83, talking about specific topics or for shorts or things like that, which fascinated me, that I just assumed people would, just like me, be able to just sit and talk, but apparently not. I mean, I guess they're probably trying to sell something, so they don't just want to ramble on like I do. They probably want to be quite specific and on topic, shall we say. But I didn't feel that, despite the fact that I do it so much, I didn't feel that I was really qualified to do that. Somehow it's just not something that I thought about before. Number 8. So it was an interesting job hunt. Anyway, but no, I didn't find anything. But I might have to just go and find an office job. I mean, the one I found was 2 to 3 days a week, so it wasn't full time. But I'm also not sure whether family will cope with me being out early in the morning when they're trying to get out the door, and I'm sort of normally there, you know, getting them moving, etc. So that's it. I'm not sure. 85. I'm looking at this anchor as I'm colouring this now, thinking, now I would normally do an anchor in a sort of silver colour, but we've got all our greys right near it for our rocks, so I'm wondering whether that's such a good idea. We could, there's a rust. Anchors don't rust, do they? I guess they might after all that time. I'm not sure. We could leave that to be tomorrow's problem. I think we've got a little bit, yeah, time's getting on for today, but if we leave all that for tomorrow, we might run out of time. Or we might have a weird timed video, but I think I will stop there. We did that, didn't we? There we go. I think that's plenty. I don't know, we'll probably finish tomorrow, to be honest, looking at what we've got left. But I think that's enough for today. I've chatted on for long enough anyway, but I've had fun. I hope that's been okay for you. yeah, thank you for listening and for watching, and I hope you have a super day, and please do like, subscribe and comment, that's the word. Can't remember. And yeah, thank you so much and happy colouring.